All right. Yay. Okay, here we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Follow the Dogi. I am so excited. Waffles and I are here to show you how to practice upward dog with your dog. So let's make sure that you can see everything that we're doing. There's quite a few ways that you can interact with your dog in upward dog. This is actually one of my favorite postures because the whole idea behind upward facing dog or Urdvah Mukah Svanasana is to take inspiration from our animals. This was designed by a yogi who this posture was created and coined by a yogi who was inspired by the way that our dogs look up to their guardians in this very this very sort of reverent kind of way, and how we can take inspiration from that to let go of things that we can't control, and to really just trust in the universe or whatever you look at as your guardian the same way your dog does to you. So without further ado, let me show you a couple ways that your dog can interact with you. Usually I like to show you with how to do the posture first, but Waffles is very, very eager right now. So we're going to show you a couple interactions. Right before we started recording and streaming today, she was very anxious to play with our new toy. So I'm very excited to see if she wants to tug on camera for you. A lot of times it's hard. It's hard to manage different types of rewards. Waffles is very food motivated. She's play motivated as well, but not as much as she is food motivated. So if we're doing treats, it's really hard to get her to play. So the first interaction I'm going to show you is a play interaction, so that we can, if she is in the mood to do some tug, we can take advantage of that. Okay. All right, Waffles, get your toy. Bring me toy. Yes, that's a good toy. Good girl. Yes. So to play tug with your dog in upward facing dog, you're going to put your hand in the handle of the tug toy before you place it down on the ground. Here, baby, over here. Ready? And then you're going to push into the tops of your feet to counterbalance them pulling against that toy. Here, we'll do it over here so you have more space. Go. Yes. So press into the tops of your feet to counterbalance them pulling on that toy, and really push into your hands, pushing your shoulders down your back to keep yourself upright. Ready, Waffles? Set. Tug. Tug, 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 tug. Can you get it? Can you get it from your mama? Get. Pull, pull, pull. Oh, so strong. Wow. Time to do the other side. Yes, tug, tug, tug. Pull, pull, pull. See how strong you are. Oh, so strong. Wow. Wow, good girl. Good girl. Right, lay down. What did I say? Good girl. Oh, thank you so much for those likes. All right. So the most important thing to remember when you're doing the tug interaction is, if there's too much pressure, like you don't feel comfortable in that posture anymore, lift your fingers up so that it releases the toy. Good girl. All right. Now that we've gotten our toy play interaction out of the way, then I'm pretty confident that she'll perform for treats. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Waffles to lay in her bed while I show you how to safely move into this posture from a couple different positions. Waffles, go to bed. What did I say? Thank you. All right. So I think you guys can probably see me better from this side. If you had a better time being able to see my demonstration when I was facing the opposite direction, please let me know in the comments, and you can also type in the chat any questions that you have along the way. Oh, thank you so much, Poker Housewife, for your input, and let me know if you have any questions. So probably about 80 to 90% of the time when you're moving into upward facing dog, it's going to be from chaturanga during a sun salutation. So I'm going to show you that transition first, but it's not the only way to get into this position. So if you haven't unlocked your yogi push-up yet, that's okay. You can still practice this with your dog. I'm going to move this out of the way. Good girl, leave it. So from chaturanga, come onto the tops of your feet and squeeze and lift through your thighs and glutes. Then straighten your arms. Continue lifting through your legs and glutes, pushing through the tops of your feet, and press your shoulders down your back. As always, allow your gaze to be determined by the natural position of your spine, the natural curve of your spine. Whatever fits best within your vocabulary. And then to come out of the position, out of this, and then to come out of upward facing dog, you want to go ahead and tuck your toes and lift your hips up, push back, downward facing dog. All right, does anyone have any questions about how to move from chaturanga into upward facing dog? I'm going to go ahead and give the chat a moment to catch up in case anyone left any questions while I take a quick sip of water. It's always important to stay hydrated while you're practicing any form of exercise, whether that is something more like a traditional workout or whether it's playing doga with your dog. Now, I know that it was challenging for Waffles to not interact during that little mini sequence as I was showing you how to transition in and out of upward facing dog, because those are all positions that she knows interactions for. All right, no questions yet. Thank you so much for your input, Poker Housewife, and we'll go ahead and continue with the demonstration. So, like I said, chaturanga is not the only way that you can enter upward facing dog. Oh, you're too sweet. Waffles, go back to bed. Thank you. Stay. You can also enter upward facing dog from your belly. So if you're on the ground on your belly, then you're going to want your hands to be palm down next to your upper ribs. So let's see. My ribs start right about here. So put my hands next to those upper ribs. And then again, just like before, you want to go ahead and press into the tops of your feet, lift up through your thighs and glutes, give them a little squeeze to make sure that they stay nice and strong as you straighten your arms, lifting everything up, press your shoulders down your back, and of course, allow your gaze to be determined by the natural curve of your spine. Tuck those toes, lift your hips up and back, and then you can exit the posture. Another thing to keep in mind, I will show you one more variation of this posture. You don't have to have the tops of your feet against the ground if that's not what's comfortable for you. The most important thing to remember when you're practicing yoga is that everyone's body is built completely different to one another. Anatomy is not consistent across every body. So it's important to be mindful of how each posture feels in your body. If the variation that I've shown, nope, down. Get back in bed. Good girl, stay. If the variation that I've shown you causes a little bit of strain in your lower back, then try keeping your toes tucked and see if that is a solution for you. If that solves the problem, then you can practice this posture without any discomfort. For some people, tucking your toes is what causes that tension in your lower spine. It's just about the way that your body is made up and your own personal anatomy. So if you were to come from your belly into a tucked toe upward facing dog, then you would want to tuck your toes first, still squeeze through your thighs and glutes, lift up, and then straighten your arms, upward facing dog. Now, if you wanted to do that from chaturanga, we would move into chaturanga. And from here, you don't need to come to the tops of your feet. Just straighten your arms and allow your gaze to be determined by the natural curve of your spine. Shift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And now we're out of the posture. Okay, so are there any questions about either of those variations that I've shown you? I'm going to go ahead and grab another drink of water so that we can allow the chat to catch up before we move on to more interactions that you can do with your dog. I've shown you earlier in the stream how to do a tug interaction in this posture. So feel free to go back and review that if you have a play motivated dog. If you have a food motivated dog like Waffles is, then I'm going to show you a couple more interactions that you can do with your animal. So if you have any questions so far, go ahead and drop those in the chat. Good girl, sit. No, no one invited you. Go back to bed. I will let you know when I'm ready for you. You wait. Good girl, stay. Excuse me. So the first interaction that I want to show you is one that is really, really great for building communication with your dog and for testing the communication that you've already built with your dog. While we're in upward facing dog, we're going to ask our animal to go around our body. Now, this can be either really exciting for our dog because they're going to know exactly what you're saying, or it can be pretty confusing. So you're going to have to figure out how to gently move within this posture to guide your dog around you. All right, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, I do have more space on this side, so I am going to show you from this side. See what I mean? She's like, I'm ready to jump up then. No, sweetie, that's not the posture we're doing. Sit. Good girl, stay. All right, I'm going to have to move from chaturanga into upward facing dog. I can't do it from my belly right now because Waffles is under my belly. So, plank pose, chaturanga, upward dog, Waffles, around. Yep, all the way around. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Good girl. All the way around this way now. Back over here. Jump. Waffles. Yeah. Yes. Good girl. All the way around. Yes. Jump. Yes. Go, go, go. And sit. Good girl. Make sure you safely exit the posture before you tap your knees down and reward your animal. That was so good. So good. Jump, 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 jump. Good girl. Oh, thank you so much, folks. Thank you so much for those likes and interactions. So this right here is actually how we typically practice upward facing dog, because ordinarily it's part of our sun salutation, and Waffles would typically be moving from jumping over me to upward facing dog. So it doesn't usually allow for quite as many complex interactions as I have shown you. So I will go ahead and demonstrate what we typically do. Do you want to do a vinyasa together? Yeah, all right, get back, wait. All right, so a vinyasa starts in downward facing dog. Waffle stretch. Good girl. And then we move into plank. Waffles, balance. Good girl. Off. And then we move into chaturanga. Waffles, big jump. Good girl. Sit. And then into upward facing dog. So here, when your animal is sitting tall next to you and you're in this position, lifting up through your glutes, pressing down through your shoulders, it really does give you an opportunity to reflect on this moment, your relationship with your animal overall, and that reflection happens instantaneously. Good girl. Yes, you did do it. Go over there. Wait. Chomp, 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 chomp. Good girl. You can have some carrot now. Good girl. Go to bed. You got to wait for this one. Go to bed. Good girl. All the way. Thank you. Stay. So having your animal sit alongside you, nice and tall, while you're practicing upward facing dog, really cements that moment of instantaneous reflection. All right, Waffles, you ready for our last interaction? Yeah, you ready? Okay, come over here so our friends can see us. Now for the last interaction, I'm going to show you how you can have your animal provide more resistance and increase the strength building aspect of upward facing dog, or Urdvah Mukah Svanasana. So in order to do this, you do need to start from your belly. You don't want your animal to just lay on your legs while they're up in the air, because it's going to be much too difficult to keep them safe and secure. Whereas when your legs are already against the ground, when your animal applies their weight, then you can one by one engage your muscles and protect them before, as you're raising them off the floor. Now, Waffles, back up. Back up. You ready to do this trick? So we come to the floor and we ask our animal to either lay on our legs or across them. They don't need to be laying straight up and down on your legs in order for this to be effective. All they're doing is adding a weight. So from here, bring your hands to your upper ribs. And this is very important. Make sure that you're pressing into the tops of your feet and then squeezing your glutes together and lifting through your thighs. Engage your calves and all of your leg muscles to keep them nice and straight and keep those knees locked and protected. So now, as you lift up through your glutes, then you can straighten your arms, upward facing dog. And you'll feel a lot of action in your glutes as you're lifting your legs. Waffles, jump. Yes. Around. Yes, good girl. And over there. And sit. Good girl. Tuck those toes. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Urdvah Mukah Svanasana. And you can exit the posture. Waffles, come here. Now, those are all of the interactions that I have so far for upward facing dog. Does anyone have any questions? Good girl, yeah. And jump. Good girl. Take it to bed. Go lay down, honey. Lay down with it.
No, Mom, I don't need to. You already gave it to me.
Thank you so much for all of your likes and your support and your comments. And thank you, folks. We are going to head over to Do It with Daisy in our kitchen, where we're going to show you how we make our cauliflower pizza, as well as talk about International Wildlife Day. That is coming up here in just a couple days, and it's very, very important to make sure that we're interacting with wildlife in a way that's beneficial for both us and them. So make sure that you join me over on Do It with Daisy, where we can talk about exactly how to do that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, oh my gosh, and Poker Housewife, yes, you can do this with pretty much any animal. I can't say any animal because we haven't tried with every single animal, but I cat sit and I've done these kind of activities with cats. And we're very much looking forward to learning how to integrate other animals as well. Thank you, folks. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you in just a minute over on Do It with Daisy.